What's up, everybody? It's Young here with a David Hayter news update. The following information comes from an interview that David Hayter did with website Game Informer, where he shared some new information about his casting process for the role of Snake, as well as his thoughts on the way the casting for Snake was handled for Metal Gear Solid 5. You can find a full video version of the interview featuring many of the voices from the original MGS1, as well as voice director Chris Zimmerman in Game Informer's YouTube channel. In terms of David Hayter, they covered a variety of topics. When asked about how he had found out that he would not be reprising his role as Snake, he shared some familiar information regarding how that went down. He basically ran into a producer of the game at a recording studio, they shared a drink, and when Hayter brought up the game, asking if they should hammer out a deal, he was told he would no longer be needed. That was basically it, David Hayter recounted. And when I talked to Chris Zimmerman, she said, "We're going forward, but it looks like they are going to try and replace you. They tried to do that before, and it never worked. They tried to get voice matches, and it never happened." Yeah, let's be honest here, no one quite does David Hayter's Snake like David Hayter. We've seen a lot of good imitations, but none are quite 100% there. Throughout the interview, David Hayter also shared cases in the past in which he was almost recast, stating the following: "I had to re-audition for Metal Gear 3 to play Naked Snake. They made me re-audition to play Old Snake, and the whole time, they were trying to find someone else to do it. I heard that Kojima asked one of the producers on Metal Gear 3 to ask Kurt Russell if he could take over for that game. He didn't want to do it." Wow, so it seems Kojima's been going out of his way to try to replace David Hayter as Snake since Metal Gear Solid 3, which is a little sad to hear. Arguably, Naked Snake is a different character from Solid Snake, even if the latter is an imperfect clone of the former, and re-auditioning for Old Snake made sense, as the voice quality for an aged Solid Snake would be different, but still, it feels like David Hayter always had to have his guard up for the role despite all the work he's put in for the series. It's the nature of the business, I suppose, but a little more communication with the man certainly wouldn't have hurt anyone. Now, I find it interesting that Kojima once considered casting Kurt Russell as Naked Snake for MGS3. For those who don't know, Kurt Russell played Snake Plissken in the movies Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Solid Snake, and subsequently the rest of the Snakes, was named after the character. That's where the name Snake comes from. Furthermore, Big Boss's appearance, particularly his younger self, was heavily based on Snake Plissken, eye patch and everything. Kurt Russell playing Naked Snake is definitely an interesting prospect, but I loved Hayter's performance in MGS3, so I'm totally okay with the end results. David Hayter also talked about finally losing the role in MGS5. He stated the following: "It was annoying to me because I thought that I had given a lot to the series and really helped promote it. At the same time, I genuinely feel that the run I had as Snake was remarkable. If you get that once in your career, that's amazing. I don't have any ill will toward Kiefer Sutherland or anything like that. The whole thing could have been handled better and a little more respectfully, but I'm not going to cry about it." I definitely respect David Hayter's honest answer here. He's being frank in stating that he was annoyed, that he deserved better, and that things could have been handled more respectfully. All true if you ask me, but he's also being really mature in stating how grateful he is for the amazing run he's had as Snake, and by expressing that he harbors no ill will against Kiefer or anything of the like. Stay classy, my friend. He also mentioned constantly being asked if he was going to play Metal Gear Solid 5, to which he had the following to say: "I was so annoyed by the Metal Gear 5 debacle, and people said, 'Are you gonna play the game?' Yeah, that'll be 60 hours of humiliation that I can't get to. I haven't played the latest 2 iterations because it's just too painful." That's also a completely understandable response. If I were in his shoes, I myself wouldn't know if I'd be able to look at the game, much less hear another man's voice coming out of a character that I had played and loved playing for so long. The interview finally concluded with Game Informer asking David Hayter about possibly working with Kojima again at some point, to which he had the following to say: "No, I was kind of hoping Konami would bring me back now that he was gone. No, I think he handled it pretty badly and I got no particular love for Kojima. I respect him and I think he's a brilliant game maker. I don't know him as a person, and as a businessman, I was not impressed. So no, I don't feel any need to go back and work with him again." Once again, an understandable and honest response. Throughout the interview, David Hayter also stated the following about Kojima: "I don't know Kojima at all, really, but I never felt like he was a particularly big fan of mine. I don't think he liked the fact that I got a lot of attention for the role when he was meant to be the rock star for the whole thing, but that's just conjecture. It's interesting. I feel like this is the most honest David Hayter has been throughout the whole debacle. He probably couldn't be too negative prior to MGS5's release, but now that the game is out and Kojima's no longer in the picture, it feels like he's more freed up to speak his mind. You can definitely feel some resentment from his statements, which again is completely understandable, but I appreciate his mature attitude towards the entire situation and how he's been moving on without stirring up some kind of drama. I definitely wish David Hayter nothing but the best, and hopefully we will see him return as Snake one way or another. His iconic voice is definitely missed. So there you have it, folks, David Hayter's latest interview, as well as my thoughts on his responses. What are your thoughts on the matter? Let us know in the comments below, and to be further updated on gaming news, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!